Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to welcome you here on behalf of BilAI and on behalf, of course, of Graz University of Technology for this first industry day of the BilAI cluster. If we look at AI and current research on AI, we have sort of two things going on. On the one hand, basic research. And of course, BilAI is basic research, cluster of excellence. Reviewers looked at that, tough reviewing process, and we got together the best researchers we have in Austria in this area. Nice. On the other hand, if you look at the AI, people are talking how we get this to industry, how we sort of make use of that, how we increase our productivity and whatever you want. And of course, we have also a lot of industry in Austria, and this is sort of a key thing. So we have sort of two ends of a value chain, which at the end need to work together to have a prosperous ecosystem. And this is exactly what this industrial day is about. We bring together the one end and the other end, and we try to transfer know-how, demands, needs between these two ends. And of course, there are other players that also will play a role. I just look here, AI Factory, of course, will have a key role in doing also that, because at the end, we need to bring together these two ends from research towards applications in order to make that happen. And this is then the nice thing where TU Graz comes into play. This is what we do now, at least for 200 years. We bring together our basic research and bring it to industry and create it. So it's a very, very good that this happens here. BilAI is actually, well, one of the clusters I like the most. So it's really up to my heart because of two reasons. The first one is I was in this initial project phase. I still was involved in that. And I designed some of these things. And I think also the industrial reach out was sort of born in one of these first meetings. And I was always sort of in favor of that. So from a research point of view, you know, this is still my home, so I like to see and watch how it develops, how it goes on. Then, unfortunately, I became rector, and it would be unserious to sort of still work on that. The other reason why I like BilAI a lot is my other hat. I'm also the head of the AI board of Austria, where with respect to that, we want to bring AI forward in Austria. And here the cluster is again one important ingredient in this. So this is why I also like that. I think this industrial day and at the beginning of the cluster started just sort of half a year, almost a year. So it needs to start from the very beginning to start these discussions. How do we get this research into industry? And I think this industrial day is just the right platform to do that. And we're in Graz at TU. We are responsible for this industrial outreach so that it goes on. And this is, in fact, a well-chosen thing because in Graz, we sort of have a tradition in doing that. So if you look at AI, we have Grammel, Robert, thanks for taking over that, which we basically designed 4 or 5 years ago to bring together basic researchers with our faculties. So we have that. We are an Alice unit, which is nice. I just recently learned we are also in ELSA since this week in this European Lighthouse on Secure and Safe AI. So this is good news. Congratulations, whoever was responsible for that. And we're starting like this autumn, this extension study on artificial intelligence engineering, where we want to bring AI to each and every master's student of TU Graz with this sort of one extra semester where you do that. And also, I just heard we have now almost more than 100 registered students for that. So starting a study and with already 100 students, this is sort of a great success. And a week ago, we just opened a CD laboratory on physics-based artificial intelligence, which sort of brings together sort of this knowledge of differential equations that we teach our students together with AI in order to make AI more efficient. So you see, a lot of things are going on here at TU Graz in connection with AI. In connection with AI towards industry in order to make AI happen. So I think this is just nice to do that. So this Industrial Day, the first one, and I guess many of them will follow, is just sort of an opening of these things that will happen. Today, we will show how we can sort of interlink. There are various formats as the program looks interesting. Unfortunately, I have to go up because we have TU Austria meeting also there. So this is why Rector is a poor job. Whenever it becomes interesting, you run out of the room and start the next sort of thing. So I guess this will be a good event. I hope you have a lot of discussions. I hope you have sort of really many things going on. You make many connections. And this is, as I said, just the beginning to bringing these two ends of the chain together. And thanks for all of those who organized that. Both Roberts, thank you for making all the efforts. I wish you, all partners, a successful meeting. And let's bring AI to reality. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Horst, for this introduction. It's a great pleasure to welcome you here at this first Bilateral AI Grammel Industry Day. I'm Robert Lingenstein, and I'm here as the head of the Communication and Transfer Unit at Bilateral AI. And I will begin to discuss a little bit and tell you a little bit about the project. And then Robert Pehatz will take over and talk a little bit about the Graz Center for Machine Learning, which Horst already mentioned before. So, Bilateral AI. What is Bilateral AI? It's a large project, an Austrian project, a cluster of excellence. So AI, as we know, has changed our lives quite a bit, our lives as researchers, our lives as maybe developers and in general, right? So this needs, initiatives so that we get life into research and development in this field. And one of these initiatives is Bilateral AI. It's funded by the FWF, and it brings together researchers all over Austria. And we have a lot of very good researchers and scientists in this field. So it includes Linz, the JKU, which is actually the coordinator. It includes Klagenfurt, It includes Vienna, TU Vienna, as well as ISTA and the Economics University, and it includes TU Graz. And TU Graz has committed to take on communication and transfer. And that's why I'm here today, because we wanted to have this meeting where we have a lot of possibilities for networking and connecting between industry and scientific research. So, 3 numbers. Numbers are always nice. I learned from our CNT experts. What is the idea of bilateral AI? The idea is that we have 2 fields in artificial intelligence. One is symbolic AI, the good old AI, how people call it also. And the other one is subsymbolic AI or machine learning. And they have been separated for decades. Yeah, so really separated. And we want to bring these together to get the best AI from both of these worlds. And we have 6 scientific partners that work together, 60 key researchers, and we have 8 research models with about 60 funded PhD students and postdocs. So for Austria, it's a pretty large project, I would say. And this is the kind of the structure, the scientific structure. I won't bore you with that, but in principle, this is the idea: subsymbolic AI on one side, symbolic AI on the other side. We have these different areas where we want to bring them together. And although we do basic research, it's really important to bring that to applications and also to get ideas from the industry. What are the problems, right? What are really the problems that we need to solve? And so therefore, this communication is, as we think, really important. Okay. Yeah, to get the maximum benefit for society and practical impact, we have the CNT unit, and I really want to thank the team at TU Graz behind that unit. That is, you see the faces here: Tamara, Randy, Martina, and Gertrude. And we want, we have, and we had already in the first year a lot of events regarding public, regarding industry. This is like our first big event in this direction. And also we want to foster entrepreneurship and startups. In terms of industry, we have 2 main pillars. One is, on one side, as you can see here, the industry network. Everyone from industry can connect here, will get information from us, will get newsletters and stuff. And we have the Industry Advisory Board. And recently we have finished and established this Industrial Advisory Board. And it's noted here. And I did not put any logos here, but rather people, right? Because these people that are here, they are around. And you can look for them and talk to them and connect. So we have in this advisory board AVL list, and Andrea Denger is here. From there we have Bosch, we have Fronius, and Katrin Preiner is here from Fronius, and we'll have a lightning talk as well as Ms. Denger. We have in this board GraphWise, we have Infineon, and we will see a keynote right after my introduction by Stefan Rohring about this. And we have Merck and ÖBB. There's also Amir here from ÖBB. It's not on this image. Okay. And we have Siemens, and Mr. Schreiner is also here. Yeah, you see him here. Okay. This is my introduction regarding bilateral AI. And now I would like to ask Robert Pehertz to tell you a little bit about the Graz Center for Machine Learning, which is co-hosting this event.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you. And I have to distract you for a second, so that Ovi can check whether the recording is running. So, hi everyone. My name is Robert Pehertz, and I just few weeks or months, I took over the role as a spokesperson for the Graz Center for Machine Learning from Robert. So Robert is busy with many other things now. So grammar. So what is that actually? So two things, right? So like one is like this typical Styrian or Austrian spread, right? Basically fried pork. Yeah. And I won't tell you whether I generated this with AI. So like you can try to figure that out. I won't tell you. But on the other hand, grammar is also, well, the Graz Center for Machine Learning. And like we got like, well, this nice new logo, this nice new roll-up, which you can see outside. So what is grammar about? So grammar is one of the 6 research centers at TU Graz. So what are research centers? So basically the idea is, right, so like we have this classical structure at the universities, at least in German and Austrian universities. We have like departments or faculties, right? And then we have institutes. And then, you know, these are kind of artificial borders. And basically research centers is the idea of TU Graz to define timely and modern important topics and basically get across borders over all over the whole university to have like a task force pushing one particular topic. So like there's like an outside going effect, right? So like we want to represent certain topics with one logo, with one hub, with one entity, so to speak. Yeah. So there's Graz Center of Machine Learning, but also other very interesting energetic, hydrogen, or sustainable design, sustainable buildings. Yeah. Okay, so like so roughly we sat down and basically reflected what do we represent here in terms of machine learning at TU Graz. So we've kind of defined core research areas. So like these are like really the machine learning foundational researchers. So we identified 6 core research areas. So visual intelligence, optimization in machine learning, resource-efficient and brain-inspired machine learning, probabilistic methods and causal models, recommender systems, and domain-specialized machine learning and trust. So these are kind of like the current state of affairs. Of course, like these core research areas change if we get like more people or if people also would change to other positions. Yeah. So these are kind of like the core research areas and foundational research areas. And then we have also like a wider range of interdisciplinary research topics, and like these are typically also closer to application and industry. For example, chemistry and protein engineering, so machine learning in chemistry and protein engineering, or optimization and constraint solving, a very mathematical thing. So stochastic and topological models. Yeah. Physics-informed machine learning and so on. Yeah. So like we have like these 2 different ways to cluster our expertise, the core research areas and like these more interdisciplinary research topics. And as said, right, so like the main thing about these research centers and in particular grammar is that we want to get across borders, and basically here we see like very small, you cannot read it. It's like all the institutes which are kind of affiliated with grammar or like in the vicinity of grammar, interacting with grammar. And basically if you look over that, then all faculties are really in some way contributing and engaging with grammar. So this is pretty exciting and successful. So to give you some overview or like some examples of what we do here in terms of research. So like we have, for example, we have a lead project led by Robert Kurist from microbiology. So it's here the idea is like to use machine learning and AI for protein design and protein refinement. Yeah. So it's like a very large project, an intramural project at TU Graz with 10 PhD students, where biotechnologists and AI researchers should collaborate. Yeah. Also, brain-inspired machine learning, psychology and recommender systems, computer vision in particular in medical domain, and signal enhancement. Yeah. Roughly, it's like to summarize that. So, what is the role of the grammar, right? So, like we want to bundle our expertise in terms of machine learning. We want to be visible as one entity to the outside world. We want to strengthen collaboration. Basically serve as a network, stimulate collaboration in this exciting area, and of course, like also getting together perhaps bigger projects to like increase our funding success in machine learning. Yeah. So this is roughly what CARMEL is about. So I'm very much looking forward to the day and like to a lot of interesting talks. We've also organized later during the second poster session speed dating session. So like I think many of you signed up. This will happen here, right? Yeah. So this will happen here. So the idea was really to mingle industry and machine learning researchers and like kind of, and this was like, we had a lot of registrations. So like we kind of underestimated the interest. So like the next time we will actually organize this much better and maybe give this more time. So this is apparently like really something interesting so that we can bring together industry and foundational machine learning. Yeah. So looking forward to today. If you are interested in engaging with CARMEL, please send us an email or engage today with me. So thanks and see you later.